This view was worth a hike.
Right? And it's a good way to stay on top of my health.
Yes, I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. Have you screened for colon cancer?
Not yet.
Don't wait. It's more treatable when caught in early stages.
Tell me more.
Cologuard is non-invasive and it's used at home. It detects altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers.
92%?
Yep, even those in early stages.
This was seen in a clinical study with patients 50 and older. Any positive result should be followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients. Do not use if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease and certain hereditary syndromes, or a personal or family history of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you, or visit Cologuard.com.
I'm in.
It only happens once a year. JCPenney's cyber deals are back in store and at jcp.com. Through Wednesday, fill your cart with deals like Yes Please diamonds and gemstones now $19.99 each. Or use your coupon inside the JCP app to save up to 50% on small appliances and cookware from top brands like Keurig, Cuisinart, Calphalon, and more. We got your holiday. JCPenney offers good on select items through 11/30. Exclusions apply. Jewelry excluded from coupons. See store or jcp.com for details.
Hello once again, everybody. Welcome to the Eric Zane Show Podcast. It's very important that I keep things a little bit more low-key. And I don't like that. I like to be loud. I like to be boisterous and full of energy. And I actually do feel great. I feel great today. But I'm concerned that if I get into fifth gear, that my widow voice is going to peter out. So I've got to ease into this. I can already tell after just 45 seconds of speaking to you that I'm going to be just fine and it won't be too much of an issue. And I'll be able to get into that fifth gear. Eric loves fifth gear. Okay. Positive COVID test came my way on, Saturday. Which was a shock. Looking back on this, I cannot believe that it was a shock. Being that, a little under the weather last week, and that came and went. I mean, like, just a little scratchy throat on Monday, little scratchy on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, nothing, not a thing. And negative tests throughout all of that period of time. So I'm like, that's a cold. It got weird when Diana was like, can you bring, she's over at Jackie's watching their dog while Jackie and Justin are on their honeymoon. She goes, bring me a test. Because we got, those Joe Biden tests that were sent to us. We all got like tons of tests from the president. It costs like $90 trillion. Thank God. Take a test over there. Little swabby, dippy, droppy into the card. And then you wait. And I take a look at it and I go, you're negative. You need 2 lines for positive. It was 1 line. I go to the bathroom. I come back. I take another look at it and I go, hold on. And she goes, yes. I go, and then like a minute later, I look at it and I go, hold on. I see line number 2. It's faint, but it's there. And I was reading in the instructions that even if it's faint means fucked. I go, you're positive. No. She's like trying to reason with me. No. You said I was negative. I go, well, no one gives a shit what I said. It's the card. Don't blame me, for fuck's sake. You look, you got 2 lines right here, Dick. It's like, shit. I guess. So I got the hell out of there. Said, I don't want to catch your virus. Little did I know. I get home. I take my test. I'm sitting right here. Same thing. I go, okay, cool. One line. Another negative test. Took another look at it. And I go, oh. I'm positive. Shit. So here I sit. Feel absolutely perfect. Thank you, Pfizer. Thank you, Pfizer. And let me just say, for any of you fucks who want to pin me in a corner and say, see, you and your fucking vaccine or your shot, it doesn't do shit. It so does do shit. It does plenty more than shit. The reason why I won't miss a day of podcasting is because of this shot. So if you were here, I would fucking curb stomp you. Okay? It keeps people like me out of hospitals. So shut the fuck up. Okay? I think the Journal of the American Medical Association is trying to reach me. They're leaving me voicemails saying, yes, we want to do a case study on what is being known as America's most historic super spreader event. We heard about a wedding that happened, and nearly everyone there is coming back positive. And incredible. The table of death, as it's known as, where I sat, and now it was me, and then to my right was my brother Jim. He said to me, yeah, I got a cold. This is beforehand. I got a cold. He did this is what I did. I got a cold. I tested. I'm negative. I go, all right, well, fuck it. Don't even worry about it. And I said to him, I don't even care if you do have it. We're fine. I think he was ground zero, and he was right to my right at the table of death. All told, at the table of death at the wedding was 1, 2, 3. There were 9 of us at the table of death. 10 of us. 6 positive tests. Everybody's fine. Also positive, my son Jim. Jim was not at the table of death. My friend Kirk, not at the table of death. Kirk's daughter, not at the table of death. So that's what's up. So everybody's fine. It's Maddie's boyfriend tested positive. Diana tested positive. I tested positive. My brother Jim tested positive. The NFK tested positive. He was just more annoyed. All of this is, blip on the radar. Already in the rearview mirror. But, yeah. So that's kind of what's going on right now. Gave me more time to sit and watch the World Cup. I think more hurtful to my body and my brain and my overall existence, more damning, was the boredom I felt that I think took years off of my life watching what a lot of you think is the greatest thing in the world. I am officially done with soccer. I've with all this hype surrounding this fucking human rights nightmare going on in Qatar. And then all of the, oh my God, shame on them, shame on them. Let's watch. I watched that England-U.S. game. And at no point in that game was I not bored. I mean, bored. Like, I was getting disgusted with myself for wasting time watching this shit. It ended in a thrilling 0-0 tie. That means in two full games of soccer, which is 6 hours of soccer, essentially. Wait, no, I take it back. Well, it's 45 minutes per half. Yeah, a couple hours, give or take, per game. With stoppages and halftime and all that shit. I've seen the U.S. score 1 goal. And most of the game is just running around, fucking passing it to each other. And it just stinks. Even the moments where there's supposed to be a lot of action. The corner kicks. Where Dickhead will launch one from the corner. There's 21 guys. Right, the ball goes right into that pile, and then it bounces around like a pinball. That rarely results in anything that exciting. I don't care what you soccer fucks tell me. This is shit. And I think the reason why it's, not caught on in the U.S. like it has in the rest of the civilized world and uncivilized world is because the U.S. is more civilized than the rest of the world. That's why we are the best. We don't get bogged down by soccer bullshit. And all you fucking asshole hooligans walking down the street, beating your stupid drums and doing your stupid idiot chants and drinking your fucking IPAs with your gigantic beards. Fuck you. Fuck you and your soccer bullshit. I have so had it. What an absolute shit show. I would rather watch baseball than fucking soccer. And so as that game wound down and it went to 0-0, and now in this fucking tournament, the U.S. is 0 wins, 0 losses, 2 draws. They now take on Iran on Tuesday. I think Tuesday. I don't even know. I am rooting for Iran. Just so that the U.S. can be booted out of the fucking thing and we can be done with this shit. Because if they don't win, they don't advance. How terrible is it that you can, if they do manage to beat Iran, which is not easy, from what I understand, the U.S. would advance with 1 win. And hey, yeah, way to go on your 2 ties. That helped get you to the next round. Jesus. Oh, my God. It is so bad. And frankly, you people that enjoy this shit, I don't want to know you. I don't want to be around you. Fucking after that happened, and then I was like watching hockey, and I was like, this is such a superior game. And the rest of the world doesn't give a shit about hockey. You got a few spots. Fuck! In the United States, many Americans don't give a shit about hockey. More people give a shit about baseball than they do hockey. And talk about a superior game to pretty much every game in the United States. I would say on levels of intensity and action, basketball and hockey are superior to all other sports. They really are. Nonstop movement. Basketball in particular. You have, in my opinion, the greatest athletes in the world play basketball. Strong, lean, fast, just incredible hand-eye coordination to be able to pull all that shit off. It's fucking intense. All right? Hockey right up there. Close second. Just the fact that the game within the game. You know, in soccer, what drives me crazy about soccer is there'll be like 15 minutes left to go in the game. And then the announcers, and like you'll have a team that's losing 1-0. And the team that has won has the ball. And then the announcer's like, well, there's 15 minutes left to go. And let's say the U.S. hasn't scored in this game. And Iran is leading 1-0. The U.S., it looks very, very difficult for the U.S. to make a comeback. It's like, how? How can it be difficult to make a comeback? Go get the fucking ball and fucking get down there and score. But you can't because there's 50 fucking guys on the field passing it to each other in the middle of the fucking field. It's that hard to score. The ball just sits there at the center of the field, and these dicks, it's nearly impossible to score in this fucking game. Oh, what a shootout. Iran had 2 shots on goal in this one. What an incredible, incredible game. What? If I'm going to watch a 0-0 game, it better be with like 65 shots on net and fucking Pelly Lindbergh stopping every shot and fucking Chris Osgood playing out of his mind on the other end. Yes, those are 2 old school players, one of which is retired. The other one died tragically in an auto accident. Raise your hand if you know who Pelly Lindbergh is. Gone too soon. Fuck me. And here hockey is struggles to get the audience that it deserves. In my opinion, hockey and basketball, the absolute best. Football next. And then baseball. Football's still great. I love football. I'm not going to lie to you. In fact, I favor it over the other 2 games that I talked about. But in terms of just sheer intensity, football is great, though, because you get that whole business of, all right, tension building between each play. You can feel the momentum coming and going. More on football in a second. I have a lot to say about football from the past weekend. But I am fucking done with soccer. Soccer can suck my ass. It's shit. Absolute shit. Rig 625 says Pelly Lindbergh joke too soon. It was not a joke. I did not joke about Pelly Lindbergh. I referenced Pelly Lindbergh. So, all right. Screw the World Cup. Ladies and gentlemen, in a rare moment, the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast happens tonight. Yeah, that's right. Tonight. Schedules are getting weird. First, Ben said Wednesday. Hey, how does that sound? I said, I can't do Wednesday unless you want to do it early. He goes, nah, I got to work. I said, all right. And he goes, how about Monday or Tuesday? I said, I'm booked Tuesday. How about Monday? Ben said, yeah. I said, all right. So that means tonight, Ben and I will record without a live audience. Who Are These Zanes? Where we will continue to review my time at WEEG 97.3 in Saginaw, Michigan. You've never heard of this radio station. It doesn't exist anymore. We will continue to review my morning show that I did there with Brian. I forgot his name. Brian something. I called him Brain. And the show that we're reviewing is the day after the Columbine massacre. So we're on the air there, and there's literally dead people still inside of the school, and we're sitting there doing like bits and joking and laughing. Now, you're not supposed to do that. At least on this radio station in particular, I can't believe no one came in and said, yeah, don't do anything stupid and ridiculous with dead kids laying inside of a school. But we did. We'll cover more of that on the next installment of Who Are These Zanes? Then, after that, the live Ben and Eric Patreon podcast. Okay, if you are enjoying this show right now on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter, it is time for you to leave. But I'm encouraging you to go to twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live, or download the Twitch app and just search Eric Zane Live, and you'll be able to continue on enjoying the show. Twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live. Thank you. As always, when the show finishes, I will upload the audio made available, of course, wherever you download shows. Just search Eric Zane Show Podcast on Apple Podcast. And in addition, Spotify, pretty much all of them. And if you ever want to reach out to me, do it on the Shoreliner Striping inbox, Eric@ericzaneshow.com. Zane, I kind of remember your 9/11 on Free Beer and Hot Wings and post 9/11. Rough go. Yeah, I don't remember that. But thank you. Rig 625, that would be Blue State Rob, I'm pretty sure. He says he's actually, as we're doing this show, he's watching the game between South Korea and Ghana. What a mystery you are. My God. What the fuck is wrong with you? Oh. Sean writes, God, get a life. Absolutely. Okay. Corey says those places aren't even real. Okay, thanks, folks. Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. I'm going to send you on your way. Have a great day. Facebook and Twitch. Brought to you, of course, by Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV. Twitter brought to you by Blue Frost IT. And YouTube brought to you by Frank Fuss, My Policy Shop Insurance. Over the weekend, I watched college football, and I love college football. I think I like college football. I think right now I like college football better than pro football. Probably because we're closer to the point in the year when it really matters. Okay? Now, we still have this stupid 4-team playoff system, which I think it wasn't long ago that they decided they are expanding it. The story didn't really get a lot of traction. But I think they announced, yes, we are expanding it to, and I forget how many teams are expanding it to. It might be 8. Which I still think is too little. You know? They should play like a 5-game regular season. And then the rest is playoffs. You know? Maybe not that little. But I think, come on now. It's a miracle it's taken this long for college football to actually even have playoffs. But they've announced that they're expanding that playoff setup. But then they're like, okay, yeah, we'll start in 2032. Some ridiculous amount of time has to pass before it isn't quite that much. But it's just stupid. By the way, I was reading a story. I think it was the Michigan player Blake Corum, who did not play in the most recent game, which I'm going to talk about in a second, against Ohio State. If I'm getting this wrong, then that's stupid, but I'm pretty sure it was Blake Corum. He's one of these players who's like a millionaire because, it's called name, image, likeness. These athletes now, when the whole world is watching them, they can sell their name, their image for advertising, or their likeness for a video game and get paid for it. So it's awesome because you get like, if you're like a millionaire, billionaire booster for the University of Michigan, you reach out to the best player in high school and say, hey, you come to Michigan, I'm going to use your face and put it on, a fucking dish rag, and I'm going to give you millions of dollars. And then, because these people that are multimillionaires that represent their schools, they got nothing better to do with their money than just root for their school. So you get a guy like Blake Corum, and all of a sudden he's got $800,000 a year, and, he's on a fucking can koozie. He took his name, image, likeness money this year, and he did a great food giveaway. He bought like a fucking ton of turkeys and shit and was giving the food away to people for Thanksgiving. How great is that? You see, that's why, and I don't root for any one college football team. I just call it as I see it. All right? And I think people who go to Michigan, athletes who go to Michigan, I think they are a better brand of human being. I think the evidence suggests that if you go to Michigan, you are an upstanding soul who's better than most of society. And I think that if you go to Michigan State, you're like a rapist or something like that, or just an animal or an asshole. I think that if you're planning on going to Michigan State, the administration goes, all right, is this guy a rapist? No. All right, is he an animal? No, he's not an animal. Yeah, but is he an asshole? Yeah, this guy's an asshole. All right, give him a scholarship. Next, is this guy a rapist? Yeah. All right, he's in. What about this guy? He wants a job. Is he into rape? Yeah. Oh, okay, hire him. That's what I think is going on at Michigan State. Are these guys likely to take their helmets off and bash people across the head with them? Yeah. All right. Give them a scholarship. So in a year where Michigan State football players attack guys skipping in to the tunnel, I mean, we don't know whether or not the skipping guy was telling the Michigan State players to go fuck themselves. We don't know that. Probably was, but we don't know. The Spartan players take off their helmets and start bashing people's brains in. They all get arrested. The team was barely able to field a team because the whole team got arrested. The rest of the team probably into rape and shit like that. Michigan players are taking the money that they've earned on name, image, likeness, and they're giving all the money and food away to people in the public and people who have closed head injuries because getting their brains bashed in by Spartan football players. That's the dynamic of athletes in the state of Michigan. Spartans got their ass handed to them by Penn State in the most recent game. They're horrible. Everybody's trying to forget this season. It's all shit. Chris says Michigan players touch kids. Yes, they do. They have done that. So you're right. They're not innocent yet. No, we don't know that. We don't know that. Anyway, shut up. Shut up. You're getting in the way of the point I'm trying to make. Blake Corum spent all of his name, image, likeness money and fed underprivileged people. That is fantastic. So the football game against Ohio State this weekend. Corum can't play. He's injured his knee. So that means Michigan goes to Ohio State on the road, and Ohio State is heavily favored in this game. And I don't think anybody gave Michigan a chance. In fact, Michigan hasn't won at Ohio State since the year 2000. Last year, Michigan won at Michigan. So Ohio State is like, well, let's just prove that that was a fluke. We're gonna kick the shit out of Michigan. Now, Ohio State has more players that are like, higher ranked 5-star players over the years. Their quarterback, C.J. Stroud, but a lot of people say is going to be the number one pick in the draft. And I mean, I don't know. I don't follow this shit enough to know what the fuck is going on. But Ohio State was favored in this game, and back and forth early on in this game. And Michigan could not get anything going on the ground, which is something that they like to do with this dude, Blake Corum, who's kind of like Barry Sanders liked, this Corum dude. He's a little buddy, shifty as fuck, strong, gigantic legs, just a little fucking ball of hate, this little shit. All he does is destroys people, makes them miss, and then gives them a fucking turkey. That's what Blake Corum does. And he drives people crazy, but he got nicked in the previous game, so he doesn't play. Some other dude plays. I don't even know what the fuck his name is. Donovan something. Who cares? Doesn't matter. And in the first half of this game, Michigan's quarterback, his name's J.J. something. He hands the ball off to backup guy who runs right into a wall. And Ohio State's would bring this fucker down, and then they're rubbing his face in the turf, and he gets up, and he's got half the field in his face mask. They're like, fuck you. You don't stand a chance. And so they're kicking the shit out of this dude, and he sucks. This JJ guy from Michigan, I don't know, it's JJ Irish. I don't know what the fuck his name is. I think Michigan's quarterbacks, they're all Irish names. So this JJ Irish guy, he's like really good though, and he's like fast as shit, and he starts taking over the game. First half ends. Michigan can't do shit running the ball, but somehow they're only down like a handful of points. And Ohio State is leading by a few points. It's 20-something to 20-something. I don't know, and I don't care. All I care about is the drama that's going around in this thing. And then in the second half, JJ Irish guy starts to find like open receivers for like 180-yard touchdowns. It's like he's on his own 1-yard line. Hike, he throws it, touchdown. Ohio State can't do shit. JJ Hike throws it 100 yards, touchdown. Oh my God, what the fuck? So Michigan is quickly starting to kick the shit out of Ohio State, and the players are, and then Ohio State players start to get pissed off. So you know what they do? The whistle blows, and then Michigan guy is laying there down on the field. Ref goes, all right, okay, you're down. And then Michigan guy, he's thinking to himself about how he can go help the homeless and buy some food and give it away to homeless people. In Ohio State guy, bam! Like jacks him in the balls. flag. That's a personal foul, 15-yard penalty. There was one play where Ohio State got called for more than one penalty. So the ref was like, we got a hold on Ohio State. That's 10 yards. And then this cocksucker, he bashed this guy in the head. That's another 15 yards. And then, boom, that's another penalty. This asshole, he got a 50-yard penalty. And so at one point, there was a play where Ohio State had it. It was like 1st and 35. What? They got to get 35 yards to get a fucking first down. And then there was another play where a Michigan guy, he gets the ball and he runs out of bounds. And he's like, oh, I love children. I want to go help the homeless and give away and go help a little old lady cross the bam! Ohio State guy headbutts him. He like headbutts the guy. And like, oh, fuck, Jesus, I didn't know, man. And the guy, they throw a penalty. Yeah, it's a 15-yard penalty for being an asshole. And then the coach of Ohio State, he's like, points to that motherfucker who did it. He goes, get him out of here. Get the fuck you're off the team. So they're all coming unglued. They're losing their composure. And Michigan just starts fucking him in the asshole. And then they give the ball. Michigan has the ball on like their 1-yard line. And they give the ball to this backup running back who sucks. It's Donovan, whatever the fuck his name is. This guy is shit. In the first half, he couldn't do anything. And he's slow and terrible. They give the ball to him, and somehow the line parts like the Red Sea. And even this guy, who's the worst running back in America, he runs 100 yards and scores a fucking touchdown. And Ohio State, there's no one around him for miles. He scores, and he thinks he's good, but he sucks. Ohio State, they get the ball. They can't do shit. Michigan gets the ball. They're on their 1-yard line again. They give it to this shitty back again, and he runs another 100 yards. Incredible. It was like one of those Make-A-Wish games. This Donovan guy, his elevator does not go all the way to the top. He actually is special needs. And Ohio State was so horrible in the second half that Michigan kept giving the ball to the special needs guy, Donovan What's-His-Face, who was scoring legit touchdowns. That's how shitty Ohio State was in this game. It was fantastic. Oh, my God. So then the fans, they're furious. I went on the Ohio State Reddit subreddit, and they're all like, it's all Ryan Day's fault. Fuck this guy. Fuck him. It's his fault. He's an asshole. Oh, my God. What an ass-kicking this was. And Ohio State was number 2 in the nation, hosting Michigan. Michigan number 3, and Michigan beats the shit out of them. And, okay, now they dropped in ranking. Well, actually, I'll get to that in a second. I don't want to get into that right now. I want to show you this moment. This is great. This is what I love about it. Because Michigan guys, they're actually going to take time away from giving away food to homeless people. And they're going to rub Ohio State's nose in shit. This is what they did. So in Ohio Stadium, which seats like 900,000 people, and a lot of the fans have left, some gigantic Michigan guy gets a enormous Michigan flag, and motherfucker goes running right onto the big Ohio O. And it's got a flagpole, and he jams it in the fucking turf. The flag is in the turf, and the fans are like, fuck you. Holy shit. You hear about horrible incidents at schools and colleges where some wacko starts shooting up random people. This is the moment where you think this would happen. There's going to be some motherfucker at the stadium say, if those motherfuckers plant that flag, I'm going to shoot the team. You don't want that to happen, but my God, you're inciting these idiots. I mean, Ohio State people are lunatics. These are the biggest piece of shit fans. I take it back. Tennessee fans are the worst. Tennessee Volunteer fans are the absolute garbage pail of America. Ohio State fans are pretty close. Alabama fans, bad, but not nearly as bad. All right? They're just annoying as fuck. Michigan fans, also pretty annoying. Check this out. Audio check, video check. This big fucker goes running on the field and plants the flag. Look at this.
Oh, my God.
Talk about rubbing salt in their wounds. Oh, ha, 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 ha. Oh. You know, if you're all these fans at this enormous stadium, why aren't they running out and attacking these people? This is what they needed to do. Those fans, I'm surprised they didn't run out and just fucking try to kill these guys. That's the shit that Ohio State remembers for next year, okay? But that game's at Michigan. See, this is the thing. But with this rivalry, this is the greatest rivalry in sports. Okay? O'Neal, you got to go poop or something? Come on, buddy. I mean, I'm on a roll here. These fans are just psychopaths. And I think the Ohio State fans are more psychopaths than the Michigan fans are. They're going to remember this. You can lose all. Okay, next year, if Ohio State loses all their games and then they beat Michigan, it's a successful football season. I'm not even kidding. If Ohio State loses the Michigan, let's say they go undefeated, but they lose the Michigan game. So they win all their games except one, but then win the national championship. That's an unsuccessful season for these people. Watch this. Look at this guy's doing the big O. He's doing the Ohio O. It's just so mocking. They're rubbing their balls on the Ohio State midfield logo. If I'm the Ohio State football team, I come out and start pulling a Michigan State and swinging helmets. Look at that. What an insult. Look at and then these guys, these Ohio State football players, like, shit. I didn't realize that they were doing that in front of Ohio State football players, and there isn't a GD thing they can do. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. That's because the players are more human beings than the fans are, at least at Ohio State. Now, had the Ohio State players had the idiot mentality of the Michigan State Spartans, then we would see a true war. You're getting a lot of people that are talking about this coach of Ohio State, Ryan Day. In fact, Joe Martinez says the problem was Coach Day. He said they would put 100 points on Michigan. Yeah, I would do reverse psychology if I were a coach in this matchup. I just wouldn't say anything at all about the game. I wouldn't want to do anything to motivate the team. Kent dropped the E out of you. He's talking about the JJ Irish wave. I guess his name's McCarthy. He was waving like a Disney princess or a queen at the fan. Yeah, waving at the fans is always one of my faves. Oh, my God. So Ohio State exposed and got the shit kicked out of them by Michigan. And they paid for it, too. Because some people are like, well, yeah, man. But Ohio State, they only got one loss. They shouldn't even drop in rank. They should still be in the playoff. Fuck you, you assholes. We only got one loss. USC's got one loss. You were humiliated on your home field. In the second half, you look like a fucking Pop Warner football team. You should drop out of the top 25. You should be happy with 5th. They drop in the AP coaches in the AP poll to 5th. At 11-1, they drop 3. And then look at USC sneaking in there. USC is now in 4th. Now, the one that matters is Tuesday, the college football playoff rankings that come out. And undeniable are the undefeated teams. Georgia at 1, Michigan at 2, TCU at 3. And then Southern Cal sneaks in with a hard-fought, tough win over Notre Dame. They are in at 4th right now. Again, this could change. Now, here's the thing. There's more football to be played. You're not going to believe this. Alabama let's see. Can they still get in? I don't think so. The only way Alabama gets in is if Michigan shits the bed against Purdue, TCU shits the bed against Kansas State, both unranked, in their respective championship games. And SC shits the bed against Utah. Alabama doesn't play any more games. Still, that would be such a back end to the college football playoffs. Okay, listen to me. I need to go let O'Neal out because the dog is sitting here crying. He's actually uncomfortable. This is going to take extended time. Please be patient with me. This is a very rare thing. Stick around. Poor guy. He's like, thank God you're letting me out. I gotta go poo. So, okay, folks, in addition to this daily podcast, I do a Patreon. What is that? That is ad-free subscription podcasting. $5 or $10 a month. I deliver 11 bonus shows per week. Goes like this. Every day at the end of this podcast, I do a second Patreon bonus podcast. And then every Tuesday, we have Smarter Than a Former Drug Dealer Trivia. We play that with audience members taking on Dale for cash. The Insane Asylum, my 2-hour music-driven radio show on Northern Michigan's Q100. You get it minus the commercials. Not to mention, we have the Lost Zane recordings. New episode just dropped today from my old radio days on BBL. Right now, we're in the month of March of the year 2017. Those shows are released in order. We have Who Are These Zanes? I put that show out. And the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast. Patreon.com/Eric Zane for just $5 or $10 a month. So if you're a person that consumes a lot of content, you like listening with your earbuds while you're working or driving or whatever, and this free podcast is just not enough, please consider the Patreon bonus or the Patreon. $5 or $10 a month. $5 a month is all of the audio. $10 a month is the audio, the video, and the live streams. So thank you. The open and live stream of this show brought to you by Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV, 616-532-6600. Repairing all makes and models of vehicles in and around West Michigan. About the only thing they won't work on is a Volkswagen. Their website, ERVINES, Irvines, ERVines.com. That's ERVines.com. Centrally located right in the middle of Grand Rapids. No matter where you are, get your vehicle to Irvine's. It's important to note that they have free loaner cars. They can set you up with that. All set, ready to go. An amazing place to get your vehicle repaired. Trusted place to get your vehicle repaired. 616-532-6600 is their number. A&E Heating and Cooling. Joe Martinez and his crew. Now, if your furnace decides, hey, I'm not going to work correctly, call Joe. He's going to get you up and running as quickly as possible. 616-516-8579. For example, if you're like me, not that long ago, he's going to show up and he's going to look at that furnace filter. And because a dumbass like me didn't change it, it caused everything to stay. So he changes the furnace. That's the most expensive furnace filter I've ever had in my life. First of all, don't be that guy. Second of all, it's probably a good idea to do some type of preventative maintenance on that furnace. So get that thing tuned up every year. $79. 616-516-8579. It's a very dirty set of machinery there, as it burns fuel to keep your home warm. So you got to get those sensors clean, make sure it's all tuned up, running efficiently. Otherwise, you risk a breakdown. Excuse me, A&E Heating and Cooling. And if you need a new furnace installed, they will install the best in the business, the Comfort Maker brand of furnaces and air conditioners. Thank you to my friends at the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. You need a mortgage? Maybe you need to get some money out of your home? Consider reaching out to Mario. 231-332-6505. 231-332-6505. So, okay, you've got, all the bills you pay each month, but you're paying a minimum payment of $200 a month on a credit card, and the balance is not going down because you keep getting charged interest on the whatever amount you owe, and that interest rate is 23, 24, 25%. That sucks. Get the money out of your home for what you owe, pay off that amount, and then take that money that you just borrowed, and you're paying a lot less in interest on it, and it's spread out over 30 years as opposed to the ridiculous terms of your credit card. My point is, get out of debt, or at least credit card debt, and get the money out of your home to do it. That's smart. You're paying a lot less in interest, and it's a lot less of a financial burden on you. Also, if you're just looking to buy a new home, homes costs are going down right now. To get a mortgage, reach out to the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage from anywhere in the listening audience, with the exception of South Carolina, Maine, Alaska, and Hawaii. Hello to Dylan, who was watching on Facebook. I put the show out on all the platforms that I have, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, and then I cut the cord and tell everybody to go to Twitch. Dylan here found the show on Facebook today. He writes, he writes, Eric, this is Dylan. You're the man. First time listening. Wow. He says it's way better than when you were with the other guys. And I said, thank you. That's the type of message that puts wind in my sails. I'll tell you that right now. Because I'm used to getting someone writing, it's unlistenable. Fuck him. Thank you, Dylan. I appreciate that. And that just goes to show you that it's so hard to even be found out when you had when you were doing one thing, and then now you're years later you're doing this. It people who find out about it, it rolls in at a trickle. It's remarkable, but you got to keep doing it. You have to keep plugging along. This question comes to me from my subreddit. I noticed, Eric Zane, you said that you are not interested in doing a podcast with Joe. But I believe there's a good market and reason to try it. You two were the funniest ones on there, and I think your chemistry would be a success on YouTube. And I think that is kind of a miracle statement that this person has made. It's like, what kind of a moron would suggest something like that and not consider how terrible that would look, considering the extent at which I have ripped Joe a new asshole in the past 2 months, wouldn't you for 1 second at least start to think that perhaps that wouldn't be a good idea in the optics of that, considering where I have been and where I have stood on this show? He sent me a cease and desist, you dumb fuck. What? Why the fuck would I even consider doing that? And I wrote, no can do. There's many reasons why. That's remarkable that he would even suggest that. I was looking at Saint Gaslight's Instagram now. And let's see here. Where it said radio before, it says, Joe, sports and recreation. Like, I don't know what the fuck that even means. Is he going to play football or something? You can follow Joe. He's into sports and rec. If you thought I was fucked when I got fired, I can only wonder what's going on with this guy after his resignation, quote unquote. What are you going to do? Now, I don't know. Maybe he got $5 million. That would be fantastic for him. I'm not saying anything he gets is fantastic. If he got a ton of fuck you money. I need to know. I need to know exactly. I have such an interest in this. And I think that it should be some type of law that companies should have to share every dirty detail that happened so that the inquiring public can know. It is not our business, but it is our business. That doesn't make any sense. It should be our business. We should be told exactly what happened. We should. They should have had to live stream all of the meetings between Joe's attorneys and the radio company's attorneys. We should have been able to see all of that. We should have gotten the dollar amount that they settled on, if they settled on anything. I need to know this. I'm hungry for the info. Why won't anyone give it to me? For the love of God, help me. All right. No, I'm really curious what he's going to do. Where is he going to pop his head? I mean, his head out of the turtle shell. He popped his head out of the turtle shell one time. And then there was such a backlash. He got the shit kicked out of him. Allegedly. I know I got my fingers crossed that he decides that he's going to be a podcaster so that I can play every second of it on Patreon and criticize it. That's what I'm hoping for. Blue State Rob says both Freeburg and Hot Wings show firings are the same, but with one difference. Joe signed the paper. Eric did not. I don't know. It sure seems that way. Sean says, Zane, if only you knew a gardener that knew how to do a proper FOIA request.
I'm a 50-year-old man doing what a 50-year-old man should.
I'm a 50-year-old man.
You suck a big black dick because I know
Yeah, I don't think you can FOIA that type of thing. Ryan writes, don't forget to read your legal disclaimer. This show is a work of fiction. Names, characters, places, and incidents either are products of Eric Zane's imagination or are used fictitiously. Any resemblance to actual events or locales or persons living or dead is entirely coincidental. Thank you, Ryan. It's always good to throw in the Eric Zane Show podcast disclaimer. Adam says, do you think Greg and Chris are as mad at Joe as they are mad at you, Eric? Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Joe didn't do anything. Remember, he's Saint Gaslight. He resigned because now's a good time. So as far as you and I know, Joe didn't do anything. Sean says, you and Carl would have a hell of a WATP with the Any Old Joe podcast. By the way, you got to spell Carl with a K or he'll kick your ass. Daisy's ears for the win, by the way. Look at that. Excuse me. By the way, I feel after warming up, talking for a little bit, I've gotten into fifth gear. I feel fucking fine. Just a little bit of a cough. I read somewhere that the current dominant strains of COVID are settling in the upper respiratory system. When COVID first began, the strain that started, that killed my mother, would settle deep in the lungs. And then it's difficult to recover from that. And that's why it would destroy lung tissue, and then there was no coming back for a lot of people, obviously. But this kind of settles more in the upper respiratory tract. The current strains, I guess, of the virus. Yeah, I've heard from everybody today already, and everybody feels fine. My brother Jim, who has it, him and his son, they have some immune issues, so they are eligible to get some type of there's some type of immunotherapy pill that you can take. I forget what the fuck it's called, but he goes, "Oh yeah, we were great. We took that pill, and the next day we were ready to climb Mount Everest." That's good. It's very good. Okay. I have a story about a ridiculous lawsuit that I want to get into. Of all the frivolous lawsuits that I've heard of, this one might be the most frivolous, I think. I can't even talk.
With Black Friday savings at the Home Depot, you'll find top brand kitchen appliances with innovative features that can do more, so your holidays can be more. Ovens with built-in air fryers for baking the perfect cookies. Dishwashers with smart tech to clean everything from bakeware to festive mugs. And high-capacity refrigerators to keep leftovers fresh. Final days to shop Black Friday savings and get up to 30% off, plus instantly save up to $750 on select GE kitchen packages at the Home Depot. Ends November 30th. How doers get more done. Offer valid November 2nd through November 30th. U.S. only. See store or online for details.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare is here, and so is Mountain Dew. Roger that. Now you can unlock in-game rewards like only Dew can.
Wait, what rewards?
A Dew Operator Skin.
Man, I love Operator Skins.
Dual double XP, and even Call of Duty points.
You're kidding me. Double XP and Call of Duty points? This is incredible. I can't believe it.
Soldier, get a hold of yourself.
Oh, roger that.
Look for specially marked packaging and visit mtndewgaming.com for details and restrictions. Open to U.S. residents 17 plus. Call of Duty points available on 12 and 24 packs and 3/20/23.
Get ready, Ohio. FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook, is coming to the Buckeye State. And to kick things off, you can get started with $100 in free bets as an early sign-up bonus. Plus, when you sign up today with promo code OhioSB, you'll be all set for when FanDuel goes live in Ohio. Then you can bet on all your favorite teams and all your favorite sports with $100 in free bets. Just download FanDuel's top-rated sportsbook app. It's safe, secure, and super easy to use. Ohio, this is your chance to get in on the action. Join today with promo code OhioSB. Make every moment more with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NFL. 21 plus and present in Ohio. Bonus issued in non-withdrawable free bets that expire 7 days after FanDuel accepts its first real money sports wager in Ohio on 1/1/23. Unique user identity verification required. Offer ends on the go-live date. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Sean asks, did I miss it? How's Meathead and Joanne? Fine. No one has exhibited any symptoms as of right now. But it's still a little early to tell. There's a woman in Florida. She's looking for $5 million in damages. She is suing the company that makes Kraft macaroni and cheese. Well, I'm sorry. Velveeta shells and cheese cups. So you go to the store, you buy these things that come in the cup, and then you add some hot water, you put the lid back on, you go pour your milk or whatever, and then you come back and you've got shells and cheese, which sounds awesome right now. I mean, I don't think you can go wrong with any of these products. You know, whether it's standard mac and cheese with the powder, absolutely perfect. I love that shit. And you got to make sure you put the right amount of milk in and you blend it appropriately. Okay, because if you don't, you're going to get clumps of that powder. First and foremost, if you do Kraft macaroni and cheese and you have the elbow noodles or even the whatever, it doesn't matter. And we're talking about the kind that you put the powder in. When you drain the water out, let's say you put it into a colander and the water is out and the noodles are steaming and hot. Whatever you do, for the love of God, do not put any cold water on those noodles. You want them to be as hot as possible because you put them back in the pan. And for the love of God, don't add the milk first. That cools down the noodles. The first thing you do is put the butter in. And I don't give a shit if you use fake butter, like I can't believe it's not butter, or real butter. But put that in next, because if you don't, if it doesn't melt right, you know, it's got to all be melted because of the heat from the noodles. And if you lower the temperature of the noodles, you run the risk of the butter not melting all the way. Once that gets all melted, then it doesn't matter the order. You put the powder in, you put the right amount of milk in, and then you blend. Creaminess, perfect, absolutely amazing. Equally great, but more expensive, the Velveeta and cheese, okay? Because that's like the, it's like you squeeze the shit in, right in there. Gets all melty when you microwave it, and then that's it. I don't even know how exactly you make it. Yeah. You got to add, the way it is, you got to add water into this product. So it's like a cup with like a lid. Well, this lady is suing $5 million, and you're probably going to be like, oh, she was burned because it was too hot. No. This crazy bitch is suing for $5 million because on the package it says takes 3.5 minutes to make. She says it takes more than 3.5 minutes to make. And so she's suing for $5 million because it took more than 3.5 minutes to make the product. How would you like to be? This is a moment where you just hope that the judge pulls out an Uzi and sprays her with bullets when he throws this out. I am not even kidding you. A Florida woman is suing Kraft Heinz for $5 million, claiming that they misled the public about the time it takes to prepare Velveeta microwavable mac and cheese cups. Holy shit, the nerve. Court records show that a West Palm Beach law firm filed the lawsuit on behalf of Amanda. Of course her name's Amanda. Is there any Amanda that exists except for my niece that isn't a pain in the ass? And Amanda H., who listens to this show in, I believe, what state? Is it Illinois? Ohio. I think it's Ohio. Amanda H. is, so basically, I'm just saying that she's a pain in the ass because she's got the same name as the biggest pain in the ass. Well, I can't say the biggest. There's two, hold on. There's two members of this show that if you were to vote, who are the biggest pains in the ass in this show, with nothing but love and respect for them, who would the audience think I'm talking about? And if I see any other answer besides Amanda and this other name, I will be shocked. But go ahead. If you're a member of the live audience on Twitch, who could I possibly be talking about as pain in the ass? And a pain in the ass is the type of person that makes you go, what? What the fuck is wrong with you? It's that. That's the face and tone of voice that a person would use when they're talking about a pain in the ass. P-I-T-A, a PITA. You are a PITA. Amanda is a PITA. Aram writes, or Ben writes, Aram. Aram is kind of a pain in the ass, but not on the level of Amanda, and a lot of people are saying Kenny, which I know is going to result in a horrible pain in the ass moment where I have to put out that fire with, oh my God, I can't believe you did that. That's the level of pain in the ass that I'm talking about. And you too are, without a doubt, I like you, but you cannot dispute the level of pain in the ass that you are. And that's not my opinion. That's the people around you right now. Pain in the ass. Doesn't mean I don't like you. I like you very much. Okay? But you are, and you cannot deny this, pains in the ass. Okay? In your own unique way. Both of you. So, of course, the person who's suing Kraft Heinz for $5 million because it takes more time than 3.5 minutes to prepare Velveeta microwavable mac and cheese cups is named Amanda. She's probably married to a guy named Kenny. You gotta sue him, darling. Which, if they're married, another reason for the Amanda and the Kenny to be having just hot butt sex together. You know, I'm not gonna lie. If you guys decided to have sex and shot video of it, I would watch that and probably be turned on. Anyway, back to our story. Ramirez is listed as the main plaintiff for the class action suit, which alleges Kraft Heinz violated federal law by saying Velveeta shells and cheese cups takes 3.5 minutes to prepare. How embarrassing is this? Ready in 3.5 minutes is printed on the box, which is the amount of time the product takes to cook in a microwave. However, the suit says, no. There's other steps. This is how the lawsuit describes the cooking process. From the attorneys. First, consumers must remove lid and cheese sauce pouch. Next, they must add water to fill line in cup and stir. Third, microwave uncovered on high 3.5 minutes. Do not drain. Finally, they should stir in contents of cheese sauce pouch. Defendant then notes that cheese sauce will thicken upon standing. Consumers seeing ready in 3.5 minutes will believe it represents the total amount of time it takes to prepare the product, the suit states, meaning from the moment it is unopened to the moment it is ready for consumption. The lawsuit claims Ramirez bought the product for a premium price of $10.99 for one, probably for a pack, right? Between October and November 22, among other times. However, it did not say how long it actually took Ramirez to prepare the mac and cheese. The suit describes Ramirez as someone who, quote, looks to make bold statements of value when quickly selecting groceries. That's what the suit describes the plaintiff as. No, the suit should describe Ramirez as a money-grubbing slut who needs to be fucking shot in the face in the courtroom for this fucking waste of time. She is like many consumers who seeks to stretch their money as far as possible when buying groceries. Come on. And so she is seeking $5 million in damages, including statutory and punitive exclusive of interest and costs. Kraft Heinz Company responded to the lawsuit saying, we are aware of this frivolous lawsuit and will strongly defend against the allegations in the complaint. You know, part of me wishes that Kraft Heinz said, we are aware of this fucking bitch's frivolous lawsuit and we will kick her right in the CU next Tuesday in court. Now, the letter of the law, the person filing this claim, I think is right. Yes, it does take more than 3.5 minutes for this product to be prepared. Okay? If I am the judge, I would say that I rule in favor of the plaintiff. The plaintiff is correct. Kraft Heinz will change the wording on their packaging, and I am awarding 1 penny to this fucking bitch for wasting everybody's time. And that is all. And put her on blast that way. And then just lecture her. Just lecture her and say, yes, I'm awarding you 1 penny, and you are nothing but a worthless piece of shit. Of course, your name is Amanda. You're just like the pain in the ass that listens to my favorite podcast, the Eric Zane Show Podcast. You need to go have sex with Kenny, and that'll be the end of it. And then everyone will be happy. Kenny will have a wife, a lovely wife that he can finally be married to, so that we don't have to see on his Facebook page long-winded dirty laundry of him airing ridiculous conversations that he had with someone on a dating app. That will make the world so much better, and we won't have to sit there and be subjected to that drama anymore. And then you are all free to go. That is that. Easy. Easy. What? What is going on? What is going on? Kenny is upset now. He says, dude, I fucking hate you. You hate me? What? You can't hate me. I love you. You don't hate people that love. I don't know what you're talking about. He says, you know what you just did. I don't know what you're getting at, man. This is a ridiculous scenario. Okay. So at the end of the day, no lawsuits. No lawsuits. That's a ridiculous lawsuit. That is a ridiculous, stupid thing. The only thing that we can be absolutely assured of, hello to first-time chat, Richie as goes, is that we... oh, no, he is furious. He is furious. He says, I just unfriended you. You're welcome. Don't unfriend me. Come on. It's not my fault you and Amanda need to have sex. In case you're wondering what's going on, Kenny had a horrible experience on a dating app, and he posted the exchange he had with some young lady, and he was very upset, and that's what I was referencing right there, and so he's probably very upset at me now over those jokes. And you know how that is. I mean, I can't say anything without stepping in shit when it comes to all of this. So I can't be bogged down by that. You know? I mean, honestly, if I'm going to sit here and do this show every day and we're all going to have fun with each other, I have to sit there and just poke fun at little things. This is not the end of the world. You just got to relax. These are all jokes. It's no big deal. Nobody's trying to hurt anybody. You got to relax. It's my job to poke the bear. Amanda is right. Now, Amanda is a pain in the ass. Everybody knows it. But she says, come on. Amanda says, poke that bear. And then she says, Lord knows he's not poking anything else right now. She's talking about you. So you guys, that's it. That's what I'm getting at. The bottom line is you guys have to have sex. I see Joe Pellerito is here. I saw Joe Pellerito on Friday. I fist bumped him. I was talking with Joe and Josh and David and Adam. And we were at the Wayland Super Spreader event. Get yourself tested. If you feel funny, it's my fault. That was a fantastic time, by the way. I love those guys. That was an excellent thing they did at the Mint. Good to see those guys there. Then hockey, I infected both hockey teams. It was terrible. Hang on, I got to do a bash the Zenith. Kenny, you're not really mad, are you? Oh, my God. Kenny. He called Amanda, I'll see you next Tuesday. You can't do that. Come on, man. I'm going to have to ban you. That's a little too much, man. Come on. I'm going to give you a timeout. You can't be. You see, this is what gets it. It's you put yourself out there every day on a regular basis. And you know, it's a joke. It's silly. And you can't be calling people, see you next Tuesdays. Come on, man. That's ridiculous. That's what I'm talking about with that whole fly off the handle thing you do. You got, I mean, that's pot calling the kettle black, to be sure. But you can't take it easy here. No more rage quits. You gotta plane it out. Less ups and downs, more down the middle. It was just a joke. And for the record, if you're going to put stuff out there on social media, you know I'm going to see it, and you know this has been a long-running thing on the show about your nature and your character. So, of course, we're going to get jokes made about things you post online when you're complaining. I mean, that's kind of the nature of the beast. Got to relax. Anyway, I can't let that slow me down. I never have. Good times for the Taliban. Ooh, boy, this is ugly. And I thought I had the story. No, I don't. Hang on. Remember when people were falling off of the airplanes in Afghanistan when we're like, all right, we're leaving, and guys are hanging on to the side of the airplanes? Holy shit. And then falling off. They were running because they knew the Taliban, I mean, it would be a terrible, terrible thing. Now, the Taliban was like, look, when we take back over, it's going to be different. All right? We promise to be more moderate. We're going to allow for women's and minority rights. Okay? Instead, they've restricted rights and freedoms, including a ban on women's education beyond the 6th grade. Now, why do they even allow that? Why do they even allow the kids to women to start school? I don't know. One of the biggest failures ever of all the times that a war has resulted. I mean, how many times do we need an example of where a country invades another country and it always fails? It always fails. There's always a lot of heartache and bloodshed, but it never works. You look at what Russia did in Afghanistan, of all places. They couldn't do anything. The U.S. funded the Afghani Taliban at the time, the early stages of it in the 1980s. They were to beat back the Russian army. Then that gave birth to Osama bin Laden, and we all know what happened there. You look at Russia invading Ukraine. That's not going to work. You look at the U.S. invading Afghanistan for 21 years. We were there. It didn't do shit. The second that we left, the Taliban took over. They were like waiting, looking at their wristwatches. We can't wait to get back there. Now the Taliban, they've imposed their will, and they sent out a bunch of invitations in the Logar province, south of the capital of Kabul. The Logar province, there's like a governor there, similar to here in the U.S. They have like little provinces or states. And the guy who's running Logar, he said, come one, come all to the local arena. And sent out invitations to the people to watch people be lashed. 3 women and 9 men in front of thousands of spectators at the provincial sports stadium late last week, signaling the religious extremist group's resumption of a brutal form of punishment that was a hallmark of their rule in the 1990s. So they have a whip, and there's metal at the end of the whip. Okay? And you get... Now, can you imagine how painful that would be? Even one. So they bring these people out there, and they get between 21 and 39 lashes. Now, first of all, if you get an invite to the lashing, who the fuck is going to go? It's like, man, I have got to see that. I mean, seriously, why would you want to do that? Jesus, it's shit like this that makes me think, hold on. O'Neill, no. Stop. He's licking the chair. It makes me think that these people may have been better off if we dropped a nuclear bomb on them. Just wipe the slate clean and start over. These people had been convicted in a local court. Some of them stole. Like, it's like kid or adult trying to get a fucking apple because he's starving. and some had been convicted of adultery. Shit, here in the U.S., that's like encouraged, said an official in the governor's office who spoke on condition of anonymity because he was not allowed to share details with the media. So because of that, how the fuck did Jesus? So basically, if you get cheated on, okay, let's say you're a guy and you get cheated on. Okay? And you go and you tell whoever, they're going to go and grab the adulterer and whip them in front of people. The official said hundreds of people attended the lashings and that a ban was imposed on taking photos and video. Why? Why do you care? Such public lashings as well as public executions and stonings for purported crimes were common during the first period of Taliban rule. The first confirmed public lashing since last year's takeover. This is the first confirmed public lashing. This is the first time since the takeover. So they're slowly but surely going back to their old ways. My God. What a shit show. The U.S. should never invade another country. You know? Ever. There should never be. It does us no good. My God. I cannot believe that that's actually a thing. And the fact that they're there watching. I mean, do they cheer? Do they get like a beer and pop? Well, they wouldn't get a beer in a country like this. That's illegal. Would they get snacks to watch it? Is there anybody cheering? I'm guessing that they would be cheering. Or do they like make them attend that? I think that this type of behavior is as crushing as like the Nazis. How is this a thing? And this is based on religion. The Nazis was different. It was just based on a warped madman's brain. The Taliban these are supposedly clear thinking people. What the fuck? Well, obviously not. My God, this is ridiculous. Hard to believe that that is even a thing. Chris says if they don't go to watch it, then they would be punished. Punished. You'd be punished. They don't have TV, Eric. What else are they supposed to do? No need to type in all caps. Thank you. Rob says, are they chanting, lash that dick? Lash that dick. You got lashed. You got lashed. Unbelievable. Good times in Afghanistan. Hey, thank you to Frank Fuss, My Policy Shop Insurance, 616-914-4070. For My Policy Shop Insurance. Frank is a trusted source to help you every step of the way when it comes to, of course, healthcare.gov. Open enrollment right now. So if you are without healthcare, oh my God, please get started on this today by reaching out to Frank, 616-914-4070. You are eligible if your employer does not offer insurance, if you are in between jobs, or you own your own business. 616-914-4070. Frank Fuss, My Policy Shop Insurance. He's also the Medicare Advantage Plan expert and Social Security guru. We've got comedy at Full House Comedy shows in and around West Michigan at fullhousecomedy.com. We've got cars for you to buy. Sarah Honda Granville, SERRA, HondaGranville.com. Pull into the lot, which is along Kennewa, just north of 44th, obviously. This is only for folks that are in West Michigan. And step into Michigan's largest Honda volume dealer. No one sells more Hondas in the entire state. And that's saying something because you got huge population center in Detroit, but in West Michigan, much less population by a lot. Still, the number one Honda volume dealer in all of Michigan, right in West Michigan, Sarah Honda Granville. Test drive a brand new Honda vehicle today. The 2023s are waiting for you. And then you'll be like, all right, that sounds great. What do I do now? I love this car. I want to buy it. They say, yeah, you got to figure out all your options. And then it's going to show up here in a couple of weeks. And then you're good to go. So awesome. Thank you, Sarah Honda Granville. Excuse me. Let me get these in too, because as usual, I'm heavier on the back half. And don't ever stop listening to the ads. So important. Make a promise to your old pal Eric Zane. Never, ever bump ahead on the audio podcast ads. Kent County Health Department. AccessKent.com/health. Thank you so much to the Kent County Health Department. World AIDS Day is coming up December 1. I will be joined by April from the Kent County Health Department to talk about World AIDS Day and how far we have come. I am so thankful that they let me talk about their initiatives at the Kent County Health Department. If you need any help concerning the WIC program or perhaps anything at all, vaccinations, immunizations, accesskent.com/health. Hey, Rick from TC Paintball invites you to bang on TC Paintball's door for any type of party that you want to book at the number one paintball facility in the state of Michigan, TC Paintball. Outdoor play, indoor play, you name it, they've got it at TC Paintball. Still playing outdoors, believe it or not. Snow is gone. We don't have any terrible weather in the foreseeable future, so you can play outdoors as long as we can, and then we'll take it indoors for a few months and then back outdoors. TC Paintball, book a party, tcpaintballgr.com. For you, workplace team building, maybe a bachelor party, neighborhood kids getting together for some fun, Dad's Day, Mom's Day, you name it. Have fun at TC Paintball. And then, of course, Blue Frost IT. Oh, my gosh. This is amazing. Great, great business. I'm so proud of what they've done. Alan, for a long time, was working in the tech industry, in the IT business, for, one of the larger companies in town. And then he's like, you know what? I can do this on my own. And that's a story time and again for a lot of the businesses that market on the Eric Zane Show podcast. I can do it on my own, and I can make a lot of people happy, and I can run my own business. So that's what this is. It's a startup. And now the number one IT company in the entire state of Michigan, as voted on by their peers. So if you're a small or medium-sized business, you reach out to Blue Frost IT when you want to upgrade your tech. 616-200-8550. Sit down for a 30-minute complimentary consultation, and Alan will, talk to you about what the needs of your business are and figure out what you need to upgrade all of your tech. He helps you with that. He helps you set it up, and then he becomes the managed IT service provider for your business, which means he's your troubleshooting guy month to month. See how that works? I use him for that. You should too. 616-200-8550. NFL owner Jerry Jones. Wow, this story did not catch fire. I was really shocked at this. No one gives a shit about this, it seems. The billionaire owner of the Dallas Cowboys, when he was in high school in 1957, there was a day where the court ruled that the black kids can go to school with the white kids. This scene played out in schools all across America at that time. We need to look no further than the movie Forrest Gump. When the University of Alabama, was desegregated. And Forrest and all the other kids on the Crimson Tide football team are there. And the black kids get off the bus. And Governor Conley from Alabama is there saying, there ain't going to be no N-words getting in my school. And he was serious. That's how they talk. And Forrest is there, and the kids, the National Guard, parts the crowd, says, fuck you, Conley. They can. The court says they can go to school. They should be able to go to school. And, this is how people thought back then. This actually happened. The scene was played over and over again in the South, and that's another reason why the South fucking sucks, okay? This is why Tennessee volunteer football fans rip down goalposts. America's biggest pieces of shit had their origin in the South. That's why we destroyed them in a war. That's why there's so many of them still wear white sheets to this day. Not all of them, but 99% of the world's pieces of shit have origins in the Deep South. And so we're still to this day kicking the fuck out of these people. And we should. So in 1957, in the North, what we should have done was reinvaded and killed more hillbillies. And had we done that, we would have an easier time allowing black people into the white people's school, which is what should have happened. I mean, that's every man is created equal. I believe that. You believe that. Everyone enjoying the show believes that. I am preaching to the choir. No one in the audience actually believes that the South will rise again. And it shouldn't. It's another country. Canadians should have more rights than Southerners. All right? This is all true. This is not one second of what I'm saying is trolling. I am not just saying this to make hillbillies angry and Southerners. Okay? And unfortunately, if you're south of the Mason-Dixon line, I don't care who you are guilty until proven innocent. So you have to, if you, like Aram there in Nashville, he is one of these scumbags until proven otherwise. And he has to do more than just denounce racism. He has to go and do something nice for a black guy and shoot video of it and post it. That's the only thing that can happen. And it's not my fault. I am not the one who did this. This is not my fault. Well, Jerry Jones, the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, in 1957, at Central High School in Little Rock, Arkansas, this scene played out. And real quick, back to Forrest Gump. The chick dropped her notebook, and Forrest picked it up and gave it to her. And all his white teammates on Bama's football team, they hated him because he was nice to a black chick. Now, if you read the book Forrest Gump, which came out before the movie, Forrest ended up having sex with all of the black men and women in that school. The book was a little different than the movie. So there's that. Bob Zemeckis, when he made that movie, he didn't include that in the actual film. But it was a horrible scene in the movie that Zemeckis made because he goes, hey, what's going on there? They said, hey, yeah, they're letting it. And they said the N-word. The guy actually said the N-word in the film. It's like, oh, my God, it's terrible. Where am I going with this? I'm telling you right now. This picture right here, the red circle, that's Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones. Here's the two black kids. All these nice kids want to do is go into this high school. Now, this is a disgusting photo on many, many levels. Though Jerry Jones is here, he doesn't really have the look of a sicko hillbilly who wants to beat the shit out of black kids. The two prime suspects, we'll get to Jerry Jones in a second. Dude here with the cigarette we need to out this guy. This guy here has got a look on his face like, I'm going to fuck you up. So if you're an American and if this guy here is still alive today, he's like, oh, shit, I hope nobody points me out because I'm canceled. Because he just looks like he's getting ready to kick some ass. I'm trying to find where his arm is to see if his fist is balled up. And this Eddie Haskell-looking motherfucker, this dude here is, he just called him a filthy N-word. That with that disgusting look on his face. This guy, I don't know what he's doing. He kind of looks like, ugh. So this white mob, Jerry Jones is part of the white mob here. This person wrote in their Twitter post, wow, so Cowboys owner Jerry Jones was one of the bullies trying to stop his black classmates from desegregating Central High in Little Rock in 1957. Actually, North Little Rock High School, not Central High School. This is a few miles from Central High in the same month as the Little Rock Nine entered school. That sounds like a name of a bunch of black kids who showed up at the school. Jones has acknowledged it's him in the photo, but hasn't apologized for it. And I don't know if he should, frankly. I mean, if I'm Jerry Jones, I could very easily say, yeah, look at me. I was just looking at the commotion. I love black people. That's what he could very easily say. As long as he's not one of these two. I think he's okay if he's not one of these two. And now there's a microphone here. This guy has a mic. So you know what Eddie Haskell motherfucker and Cigarette Flat Top did. There's actual audio of this. So we need this footage. Some crazy motherfucker somewhere, see all this shit right here in this giant camera? There is video of these two motherfuckers calling these two poor young men terrible names. Terrible names that are almost as bad as the names that Kenny was dropping on the live stream earlier in this show. So what I'm saying is these two racists that are trying to beat up these black guys are saying things that are almost as terrible as the words that were said on this podcast today by Kenny. That is horrible. So at the end of the day, we have three hillbilly hotheads to worry about. This racist with the cigarette, flat top cigarette guy, Eddie Haskell N-word, and Kenny have said terrible things to people on this show today. Jerry Jones, though, I think is off the hook. So is this guy right here. This guy with the giant head, he's just checking things out. Look at the size of that guy's head. This dude just wants to walk to class, this nerd with the glasses. Wow. What a scene. This dude over here, he's just looking at the camera. He knows what's up. This guy who's looking at the camera, he is looking into the future. He's probably dead now, but he's like, I got to make sure I don't look like cigarette flat top guy because everybody's going to see it, and then I'm going to get canceled. Jerry Jones, I think, is uncancelable in this moment. NFL fans react to damning Jerry Jones photo. Jones is expressionless in the photo. That is key. He doesn't look angry. Man, and so if you're him, it's like if you see that, if you're Jerry Jones and you see that, you got to come out with a statement, right? You got to say, yeah, I was there. I couldn't wait. I wanted to see the two black kids who are going to be my best friends. Immediately after that photo was taken, I shoved everybody aside and I said, hey, all you dumb fuck crackers, these are my black friends. That's what you got to do. And then just hope to God that these two dudes in the photo are dead. You know? Or maybe if you're Jerry Jones, this is all a lie by Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones knows that these two kids were eventually killed by this lynch mob. So if he knows that, then he says, oh, yeah, I was the best. I'm still friends with these guys to this day. They work for me. I love these two. You just make up some wild tale. And everybody will just, But if you say nothing, I think that's a mistake. One of the article's most discussed points is that the Cowboys have never had a black head coach since Jones purchased the team in 1989. Oh, that's true. So, yeah. And then you follow it up by immediately hiring a black guy. So whoever is your coach now, I don't even know. No one cares. Fire that guy. Put a black guy in there and this all goes away. Excuse me. Many people on social media not buying it. And that's it. That's where it dies. All right. Incredible. What a scene. No one says shit. Speaking of that, Donald Trump yesterday or the other day, and it might have been yesterday. No, it wasn't yesterday. It was Tuesday night, so almost a week ago. Far from yesterday. Fucking Trump hosted a dinner with two people who probably sat next to each other to discuss how much they don't like Jewish people. When it comes to Jewish people in the news, Kanye West, I refuse to call that asshole Ye. Kanye West is one of the big anti-Jew people in the news. Then you throw Kyrie Irving into the mix. He doesn't like Jewish people either. Irving kind of backed down when they went after his livelihood. Ye has not, or Kanye. I'm not going to call him Ye. I just said I wasn't going to call him Ye, and here I am calling him Ye. Trump has a dinner at his stupid mansion, and he invites everyone who doesn't like Jews. If you're Trump, this is a bold and important step to becoming president because he's trying to tap in to everyone who doesn't like Jews. And I don't know if you know this or not, but there's a lot of people in this country who don't like Jews. Case in point, that kid with the cigarette who tried to stop the black guy getting into the school and anyone else in the South. So Trump is trying to jumpstart his campaign by going after people who don't like Jews. He hosts a dinner. He invites Kanye West and Nick Fuentes. Nick Fuentes. Now, Nick is a piece of shit. I think he's a Gen Zer. Are you a Gen Zer if you're 24? You're either an early Gen Zer or a late millennial. Fuentes is an absolute piece of shit. He's a brainwashed white supremacist. Okay? He holds very stark anti-Semitic views. He denies the Holocaust. He self-identifies as a member of the incel movement, which I'm not even sure what that means. Supporter of authoritarian government, and as a Catholic integralist and Christian nationalist. I'm not even sure what this is. What the fuck is a Catholic integralist? Is the principle that Catholic faith, I can't read today, should be the basis of public law and public policy within civil society. Oh, no. Oh, God. No. That makes me feel bad because I'm a Catholic. Kind of. What is the incel movement? I thought, I've seen people call people on that on Reddit. Does that mean you're involuntarily celibate? Incel? Yeah, that's exactly what it is. That doesn't sound like something you want to tout. Unless if someone put that on Wiki in an attempt to be silly, which could very well happen. I always thought that an incel is an insult. You don't want to be known as an incel. In fact, if I refresh it, no, it's still there. I thought it would have vanished already. Well, anyway, this guy hates Jews. Okay? Trump hosts a dinner and puts these two to hang out together. Trump and Nick Fuentes. Now, if you just started your campaign, and he did, this is absolutely what you need to do. You need to appeal to the people who think like these morons. He knows full well that his base, this is how they think. This is who supports Trump in a big way. And that is fucking nuts to think about. This is not that different than if you follow the popularity arc of Adolf Hitler. If you were to look at how he started to win power and how he started his movement from way back in Nazi Germany, it's not that different than this. This is fucking very dangerous, in my opinion. It should be the biggest story in the world that Trump sat down with two gigantic anti-Semites, invited them into his home, and had dinner with them. That is remarkable to me. And there are going to be a lot of people that are like, yes, this is how we take the country back. This is fucking sickening, is what it is. Who in their fucking right mind would take the most bold anti-Semite who's been in the news, Kanye West, and sit him at the same table with the one who publishes content, anti-Semite? What? What world are we living in that this happens? Holy shit. Corey's talking about incels. They are losers that think women owe them sex and they become mass shooters. Oh, okay. I get it. It's not they hate women for not having sex with them and hate guys that do get girls. Most of the mass shooters are incels. Okay. All right. Wow. Very, very strange. Blue State Rob is giving World Cup updates with Ghana beating South Korea 3-2. I think that soccer's popularity is actually more damaging to society than people who follow Trump. Soccer is the absolute worst, and you have just earned a 600-second timeout for giving soccer scores. I am more interested in Amanda's daughter's intramural lesbian hockey team than I am World Cup soccer. Okay? I am more interested in that than your stupid soccer game. You and your soccer can fuck off. All right. BSR should have a podcast. I don't know what that means. Oh, Blue State Rob. Yeah, I'm a little slow on the uptake. No, he shouldn't. He should not have a podcast. We need less people having podcasts these days. Blue State Rob is one of the kings of too many details. You don't know how many minutes of my life I have had to give up listening to him speak. 1 minute is too long. No, he should not have a podcast. Some would argue I should not as well. we have the asshole of the day coming up. If you have nominations, please make them on the live stream chat. Before we get to that, though, Bennett Flooring Installation, 616-318-0167. Love them so much. If you need flooring installed in your home, reach out to Bennett. I almost said, God, what is wrong with me? It's not Benning. Bennett Flooring Installation in West Michigan. Call them. They'll install it perfectly the first time. Go ahead and do the heavy lifting work, like rip out the old stuff if you want, and then that's going to save you a lot of money because then they don't have to do it. But if you want them to do it, they can do that. So it's up to you. Many, many options. 616-318-0167. The flooring that I want you to install, Johnson Carpet One Discount Outlet. Kent dropped the E at a U, big-time Michigan fan, so he's in a great mood today. After Michigan beat the shit out of Ohio State, that was ugly. Go to Johnson Carpet One Discount Outlet to see the lowest prices in the entire state of Michigan. Okay, not many flooring companies have this option because most companies that sell flooring, businesses, they have their showroom and that's it. And then you go there and then they order the flooring for you. And you pay for it at a premium because they have to order it. Johnson Carpet One Discount Outlet is a warehouse that is part of the main showroom, but just down the street. It's a separate building. And they have all of this room, excuse me, where they stack up piles and piles of flooring and make it available to you for a deep discount price. Go there, pick out what you want, say my name. They'll take 10% off of the cost. Johnson Carpet One Discount Outlet in Granville, Michigan, right behind Little Caesars. Batting last in the order today, Bosco's Pub, featuring the Gaslight Burger. Bosco's Pub in beautiful Hudsonville, Michigan. Go there and eat for dinner. Get a burger, get a beer, enjoy the game. The asshole of the day. Who are your suggestions? Ben, I love this. Ben Weller is here. And Ben, he posted on Facebook at halftime of the Michigan-Ohio State game that Ohio State in the second half was going to kick Michigan's ass. And then that did not happen. And then everybody beat the shit out of Ben. And they said, yeah, this didn't age well. He says, I'm not deleting it. I'm not deleting it. I'm not a bitch. He goes, I was wrong. That was great. Ben says, I love you, Kenny, but you are asshole of the day. Why are you saying Kenny's the asshole of the day? Let's see. Regarding me not being able to speak, Chris says, it's the COVID, Eric. It's eating your brain. Now, I fucking feel fine. Bob says, asshole of the day, Kenny and Amanda for not having sex and keeping the sexual tension going. I agree. But we'll see. Maureen says, sorry, Kenny, but you deserve asshole of the day for calling Amanda a see you next Tuesday. That's not nice. He did rage a little. He did rage out. He was very intense in that rage. That's the thing. Mount St. Kenny. Here's the thing about Kenny. You get this, when the meter is at this spot, he's like, I love everybody. I do it. Then, you push the right button. It's like, fuck you, bitch. You fucking whore. I fucking hate you. You filthy. See you next Tuesday. That's how it goes. You never know what you're going to get. He's like a powder keg. You got to really massage him and say nice things about him. But if you say the wrong thing, you're fucked. You are fucked. So you got to be very, very careful. I'm just having fun. That's all I do. It's all about love with me. Everything's fun. Everything's a good time. So Maureen thinks it should be Kenny. Chris says they've been having sex for months already. Kenny and Amanda are like Jim and Pam. Just get it over with. Maureen talks again about what Kenny. Zane is the asshole today for picking on Amanda and Kenny. Bullshit. I'm doing my job. You for not talking about Griffin's game Friday night. Giovanni Poundfest. I don't even remember. Whatever. Asshole of the day is soccer. I missed the name calling. I'm sad. Well, I didn't call anybody names. Chris says he acts like Amanda cheated on him. Yeah, I don't know. It was Sean, Kenny, and Nick last week, and I forget why I named them Asshole of the Day on Friday. But no, it can't be that. Are you kidding me? Whatever. It's Trump. He invited a fucking anti-Semite, 2 of them, to his fucking residence, and the guy's running for president. That's bullshit. Ben says, stupid ads. What did I miss for the last minute and a half? Well, look, Ben, if you have Amazon, you can subscribe that way. And then you won't get the ads. If you subscribe to Twitch Prime with your Amazon Prime account, you don't have to do that. If you don't have Amazon, that's going to set you back $5.99. But if not, you're just going to have to put up with it. You know? Okay, folks, I appreciate you. Thank you for being here on a Monday edition of the Eric Zane Show Podcast. And I'll talk to you down the road. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
It only happens once a year. JCPenney's cyber deals are back in store and at jcp.com. Through Wednesday, fill your cart with deals like Yes Please diamonds and gemstones, now $19.99 each. Or use your coupon inside the JCP app to save up to 50% on small appliances and cookware from top brands like Keurig, Cuisinart, Calphalon, and more. We got your holiday. JCPenney offers good on select items through 11/30. Exclusions apply. Jewelry excluded from coupons. See store or jcp.com for details.
At the Home Depot, we have Black Friday savings all through November. And with that comes a joyful holiday bustle that we just love to hear. Although we also love the sound that comes after the holidays, when people put their new tools to use. In fact, we love it so much, when you buy select Milwaukee M18 kits, you'll get an extra tool for free. So after you're done filling the air with holiday magic, you can fill it with the sounds of doing. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.